Hi everyone, happy to be back today to present you a new video, and today we're going to look at how to export from Darktable, and especially for this video we're going to look at how to export for social medias and more specifically here on Instagram, but it can be applicable on various different type of social medias. And here the situation that you will face or that you may face, especially coming out from Lightroom, is that you tweak your image. You have a wonderful and nice image here on your right with Darktable. You adjusted your color. If you follow my last video here, you apply some kind of simulation film like classic Chrome, and then you export your image. You are ready to upload it on Instagram, and then it looks like, sorry for my word, but a very bad image. So this is really today the purpose of this video is to see how do we fix this type of things for you guys coming from Lightroom. Most of the time it's something that is actually hidden from you, and you may have faced different color issues, especially on printing with Lightroom, but most probably on Instagram you haven't faced this type of issue because Instagram is taking care only about one color space, and we'll come together about what is color space. And Lightroom by default will use this color space without even asking you. Darktable is a more detailed and more, I would say, open tool, so it will let you choose and it will make you choose which color space you want to use to export your images. So here, coming back to Darktable directly, the very first point of this video is to explain you the difference in color space. So color space is the way that your image will be rendered, your image will be displayed, and what will be what you will work on. So by default, different media have different type of color space. So your screen will have a specific color space and will be able to display different type of color space and most probably a wide variety of colors. If you export it, put it on your phone, you will see most probably difference in colors. When you print, you will see difference in color also. So it's the way the file is interpreted, and the way that the color is displayed. So here you see, for example, this is my picture here. If you look at input color file, here you see that by default the raw file of Fuji here will be this Rec 2020, and this will be the way it's inputted into Darktable. If I look at the output here on the right, you see that by here default the output will be sRGB. So this is how it's done here. The issue here is if for any reason you change your output color profile, this may cause an issue when you upload it in Instagram. To make it very straight, Instagram is only accepting sRGB color space. So this is not something that you can change in Instagram. Maybe one day it will change, but today it's how it is. And if you export your image on another color space, it may or it may not work. It may work because at one point Instagram will reinterpret your color. So let's say that you are in another format like Rec 2017, if I'm correct. It will be actually a color space that is very close. Rec 709, my bad. It will be a color space that is very close, so most probably you will not see the difference. But if you export it, for example, let's say in Adobe RGB, that like I saw you, it will not work. It will basically not render the colors correctly. It will interpret it. It may be good, it may be wrong, it may be better even than what you have on your screen, but it will not be your first intention. So this is very important, that to secure that your image will be displayed the way you want in Instagram, that you use sRGB. And for that, I will show you right now how to parameter this export module. So the export module here, I'm in Darkroom, it's on the left side of the screen, and there is very few options. So I would say it's not something that is complex to work with, and I will also show you how to store those presets, so you will not need to do it every time. Once again, you just follow my video, you parameter your different output. I will also share with you guys at the end of the video, and also I will make it downloadable in the link here and in the link also that I will share in the description, to download a quick PDF file just for you to be able to print it out, put it on your desktop, and secure that you have a quick memo if you want to look at when you export it. You can use it with Darktable. You can also, of course, use it with other tools like Lightroom or this type of thing. So feel free to print it out, share it with others. Please just print it on your desktop, for example, and use it as you want. So the link will be again available here. Coming back to the video, very simple. On the left side of this screen, you have the export module. So the export module lets you choose on different things. So first of all, where your file will be stored. So here, by default, I use what Darktable is proposing. You can tweak it. I will most probably make another video on the namings and so on. For now, I will leave it like that because it's not the purpose of this video. Now tweaking or speaking about, sorry, the different format, you have here different type of format. You have here different choices. Usually for Instagram, I would stay on the JPEG side. We will see later on that, for example, for printing, you can use file with more data, but here I will say stay on the JPEG side. On the quality here, you see I put it at 90. For me, it's very, I would say, simple. The goal is again to have a file that is around like maybe 5 meg, something like that. It's okay. Anyway, Instagram usually will try to recompress if the files are too big. So for me, I think it's kind of the sweet spot for this part. On the chroma subsampling, I let it to auto. On the size here, it's one very important part in terms of securing that you get the right file within Instagram. Sorry, Instagram by default the width, so how large the image should be, is 1080. Then if you have portrait, if you have square, if you have real, and so on, it will be a little bit different. I will let you refer to my PDF in the link. But what you can have in mind is that, first of all, you need to set the size, and I will explain why in a minute. And then the maximum width is 1080, whatever dimension later you will choose. If you choose square, rectangle, proportion, not dimension, sorry. If you have a proportion that is square, portrait, or so on, the max width is 1080. You do not allow upscaling, you do not allow any resampling. This is very important, as said, that you set yourself the size. One may be thinking that, okay, the bigger the better. No. If you make it bigger, then Instagram will take care of the resampling, resizing. This you are not controlling, and honestly, the literature around resizing in Instagram is not very clear about how they do that, and it will not get the effect you want. So once again, very good here. Just set your size, take control of your image, and put the size here. Then we go for the profile and the way, again, you want your colors to be shown. So once again, from the beginning of my video, we go from a very wide color space, so something that Darktable can manage, that your screen can manage, that I would say another media can manage, to Instagram that can only manage this sRGB. here, by exporting and by following those rules right now, you secure that the Instagram will not do anything to your image, it will take it like that. So you keep it in sRGB or you put it in sRGB. Usually it will come with image settings here by default. Once again here, do not do that, because most of the time I would say it will be okay. And one day you will change your camera, you will get another file from a friend or whatever, you will try to export it, you will ruin it. So once again here, stay with this sRGB, take control of your image and put sRGB here. The intent is again how do Darktable will treat whatever is outside of this color space. So here I would put by default Perceptual. Again, take control of your image, do not let image setting, you put Perceptual so that it will compress those images from what is outside of this color space to this sRGB color space. And then the style here, I will not touch it. Basically is, let's say you want to apply a watermark each time you export, you can do that. It's very powerful. I may show it in another video, but once again, for now, for Instagram, except if you want to have a watermark each time you export from Instagram, which is also your right, but otherwise, do not touch it like that. And then you can just start export and it will export your file. Once this is done, so to do a quick recap, we have set everything, we choose our side, we took control of the image we want. So here we have a correct setup for the image Instagram portrait. So as I've shown you in different videos, there is always this presets possibility in Darktable. Sometimes some modules, more the modules on the right side, you will have already some predefined presets from the developers, but here you can make your own presets. So you see here I already have my preset, but what I can do here, just to show you, and I will do just the stupid things, not really stupid actually, I will do the square one. So here the square image must be square, so the same size from width to height. So here again the maximum width is 1080 pixels, so the height will be exactly the same. What I can do here, if I come back here, store new preset. Okay, I give a name, so here I would put Instagram square, and then I will just do OK. And you see here I have my different presets shown here if I want to treat it as a batch. But for now, what I can do is say, okay, I want to go back to the Instagram portrait. I just click here, come back with all my presets. I would strongly advise you really to go with that, parameter it based on my video. You do it once, then you forget. Just download my PDF so that you also have some quick memo if you are not on your computer, if you want to export it from somewhere else. Again, it's always very useful. And then you have it, it's set, it's done, and you can treat your image like that. I hope it's all clear for you guys. Once again, I know for the people coming out from Lightroom, it may feel a little bit weird. Just bear in mind that Lightroom is basically not asking you anything and exporting like that. Darktable is giving you the opportunity to work with for different medias to really take control of your full workflow. So that's why here you need to set it up for you. But once it's set, first of all, you will have understand a little bit more about your image, and then you will have secure also that you take full control. If you like the video, please subscribe, leave a like, and I would say leave also a comment if you have any question. And last but not least, stay tuned if you want to see the same type of video but for printing. That will be one of my next video about printing and how do we do soft proofing and how do we work with color space. Hope you enjoy it, guys. See you soon. Bye.